An F3 error code can be caused by a defective controller board, a defective temperature probe, or the wiring that connects the temperature probe to the controller board. Let's check the probe and the wiring first to make sure they're not faulty. Most temperature probes are connected to purple wires. So if we follow those to the connector over here, and with our multimeter in resistance mode do a measurement on both of those wires, we should be getting about 1,000 ohms. If we are, that confirms that both the probe itself and the wiring are good. So then we can focus on our controller board, which in my experience is most often the cause of the F3 error codes. Now currently, I do not have a temperature probe connected. So if I try to broil, I immediately get my F3 code. If we try to set the oven, we also get an F3 code. And again, that's because the controller board is not detecting the temperature probe in circuit. So we're going to open up the controller board. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nick. I started Nick's Electronics Repair over a decade ago, and in 2025, I have helped over 300 people fix their ovens. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the same. And for this part, we're going to switch over to our microscope. So the connector J1 is where our temperature probe connects into. And if we zoom in on those pins, oh yeah, look at that. We can clearly see separation between the pin and the joint itself right here. So these are severely cracked joints, and I'm seeing that in 3 different spots. This one looks okay, but the other 3 are very severely cracked, and that to me already confirms immediately that the controller board was the cause of the fault, and that is why I was not able to communicate properly with the temperature probe. The signal was getting broken right here. It was going through the pin, but could not connect to the rest of the pad due to that separation, physical separation in the joint here. So the rest of the controller board could not communicate and detect that there was a temperature probe. So in order to properly fix this, we are going to have to resolder that connector so that the temperature probe can properly communicate with the rest of the controller board. For this process, we're going to start by removing some of the original solder, and I'm going to be using my desolder wick here for that. And now we can go ahead and add some fresh new solder to the joints. Let's go ahead and clean that up with some isopropyl alcohol. So at this point, I'm fully confident we've resolved the F3 error code. However, if we did return the board to our customer, they most likely would experience other issues either right away or in the near future. And that's because if we have cracked solder joints on this connector, we most likely also have other cracked solder joints on other components on the circuit board. So we always want to do a full inspection. Now specifically, we want to check this relay over here, these spade pins at the top that connect to the high power, the transformer, and some of our capacitors. These 5 joints we're seeing are from our relay, and we can see, now we don't have the same separation, but we are getting a ring to form around some of our joints here. And actually, wait a minute, we already have a hole forming right here. So we're about to get full separation on this joint very soon. So if we don't reflow that relay, it most likely will fail in the near future. Let's take a look at the transformer pins, which are these over here. And those look actually okay. Let's look at the back side. Okay, there's a little bit of stress on this one, but it's a no connect, so that's fine. This one also has a little bit of stress, but the rest look okay. We also have some more of the pins over on this side. And same thing, I'm seeing a little bit of fracturing going on here. So nothing that would cause an immediate fault. Ooh, this one's bad. Look at that. So this one could cause a dead no power fault. We're gonna zoom in on this one. Yeah, look at that. So we are starting to get full separation here. You see that right here? Full crack starting, and it goes almost 100%. It's like 90% of the joint is cracked. So if we hadn't done this inspection, it's very likely that we would have returned this board and the customer would have only had another 6 months, maybe 9 months before the controller board would have failed again. So it's very important to always reflow the transformer, the relay, and every single connector pin. For the purposes of this video, we'll do the remainder of the reflows off screen, and then we'll reconvene once we have finished the repairs. And now if we try to activate our broil, it does seem like everything's working, and we no longer have our F3 error code. So that does confirm we have another successful repair. If you have an oven controller board that you would like to send in for us to fix, we do offer flat rate services, which come with a 1-year warranty and take less than 3 business days. If you found the video helpful or useful, leave us a like, subscribe for more content, and thank you for watching.